Yeah.
Oh, it's in the
cool.
settings.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, you go to the settings and it'll like, it wants you to like choose a complexion.
Cool.
When you're out of this, like, you know, when you go first start like joining.
Yeah.
There.
Okay, cool. Let's see if I can find it.
I don't see those settings. What's up, Brenda? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is everybody not going to show their face? Is everybody shy or what?
Can we see everybody for a few minutes? Is that possible?
Hey, there's Aldo.
You have your smartphone, Aldo?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Oh, I didn't know you could do Zoom through phone.
Yeah, I didn't know how to put it on my computer.
Oh, okay.
All right. Who else got on?
Hey.
Ariana, hi. So, well, it's 3:35. Maybe we should wait two more minutes and then we'll start. Okay.
Cool.
For all those here, thank you for logging in. And so, like I said, we'll wait a couple more minutes and then we'll start. All right.
Who here is wearing PJs currently?
Me.
Who was that? Me, Chastity? I mean, you raise your hand, like put in your reactions, like you can raise your hand or put thumbs up. So that we know. Nice.
I had to pick my hair over this, so I look decent.
Hey, that's so good. That's good. You know, it's like this is the new normal,
do what you
right?
gotta do.
Exactly. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad to see your faces. You know, like.
Ivan, why are you at the beach?
That's where I live.
Oh yeah, you know where I moved to. Where's the other one I had? I had like a San Francisco at one time.
Nice.
Let me
download more backgrounds.
Let me go back to my front yard. Hold on. Let me go to my front yard. There we go.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, that's nice. That's a very big house.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Nick?
Oh.
All right.
Connecting.
All right. Well, it's 3:37. Let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully, the rest of the camp students can join in, and I'll monitor as they come in. So, just a real quick question for you, and then maybe you can do the emoji, the what do you call it, the thumbs up. If you were able to use a password and log in just fine. Was it hard? Yeah, you guys did it.
I don't know how to do the emoji.
It down here where it says reactions.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Nice.
Cool. But I think the ones on the phone, you won't be able to do it. I don't know if you can or not. I've never done it on the phone. So, all right.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can.
You can? Nice.
You can.
All right. Well, like I said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna share my screen with what do you call it? With what we're gonna talk about today. We won't be too boring. All right. And so give me just a second.
So this is a first, you know, for camp, like to have a monthly meeting, like virtually, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. And thanks, I think definitely all of you for logging in. It's a learning process for everyone, but I think it's kind of cool that we're able to connect in this way anyways.
Yeah. So, all right. So this is our first online monthly meeting. We're going to share a lot of stuff, a lot of information with you. Hopefully it won't be too much, but we're also going to record this. So if maybe you want to reference it at a later time, you can. Okay. So at any time, being that there's so many of us on this call or this video, just make sure that you keep yourself muted. And then if you have a question, you can raise your hand, and then we'll get to you. So does anybody have questions on that? Raise your hand. Can everybody raise their hand? Yeah, you guys figure out how to do that? You know what? I don't know how to do it either, but Flowrider, can you show us?
If you go down on your screen, it should say reactions.
No. Oh, okay.
But when you come out, you can change the skin tone if you go to general under settings. And on the bottom it says reaction skin tone.
Cool. All right. So, but don't you like raise your hand at some point, like during the meetings?
Oh, raise your hand. Sorry, I think it said reactions.
No.
Anyway, I'm just gonna make up my own conversation. But if you go to participants, if you go to participants, it'll show up another screen and it lists all the participants that are in the thing. But down on the lower right, it'll say raise hand.
Oh.
And then you can lower it.
All right. Cool. You guys are all raising your hands. I have, okay. So can you guys lower hands? Lower your hands? I just want to make sure because I don't.
I think as a whole.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I think as a host, once you once you've answered, you can lower their hand, or they can just go in and lower it themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, all right. So we're gonna officially start. So, we're gonna, now that if I see hands that are raised up, I'll what do you call it? I'll call on you. But if you can, as of right now, please lower your hand, and that way I know that you're not practicing, but you actually have a question. All right. So with that, thank you again for coming in. We're gonna have several topics to talk about. We are gonna what do you call it? Go through these. If you have any questions, like I said, raise your hand. And so the first one is going to be about resources, okay? Which actually Jesus is going to talk to us about that. Can you do that, Jesus?
Yes, sir. All right. So welcome, everyone. It's good to be all rejoined again, even if it's through online. But the first topic that we would like to go over is resources, right? Especially during these testing times, we really need our resources to help us out through our daily lives. On this slides, there's a link provided. Later on, when we send out the link, you should have the official UNM resources page, and definitely take a look through that. But for now, we have a few highlights of a few resources that you guys could definitely use that are still open to all UNM students. The first off is being the Women's Resource Center and the various ethnic centers throughout UNM, right? So we have El Centro de la Raza, we have American Indian Student Service Center, we have the FRO, we have LGBTQ. Even though they're limited person-to-person interactions, they should still be operating through online or phone. You know, these resource centers do provide academic advising, personal advisement. They offer, many of them offer emergency scholarships. If any of you guys are in a tight position at the moment, these scholarships are, you know, write an essay and you receive up to $2,000 in help, right? In emergency help. These are definitely resources that you should keep on your radar because they should come in helpful. Other ones that we deemed as notable at the moment is the Lobo Food Pantry. Lobo Food Pantry is still operating, even though they're operating limited in limited times. I do not have their schedule on me at the moment, but they are doing drive-through type of grocery delivery right there by A-Lot, right? That's the last place that they had it, by A-Lot, the tennis courts. And they have dates and times, so definitely look into that and see if you do want to, if you're still in the Albuquerque area and want to go get your groceries, that's definitely an option. Another resource that we would like to point out is the library. Again, they're kind of closed with the personal interaction, but online they're still thriving, right? They still offer various research, tools through the library. You have online resources. You could definitely check out, or I don't think you could check out books, but you could definitely see what they offer. Through the library, all UNM students do have Canopy. Canopy is a system that you're allowed to watch certain documentaries, certain research topics, and it's pretty neat. So if you haven't checked that out, I definitely recommend you guys check it out. CAPS is another one. Again, we are requiring online tutoring, and CAPS is, the most excellent way to do that, right? They offer tutoring and the same subjects that they would offer in person. They offer them online over the phone. Either one-on-one tutoring with the online person, or you could just sit down. I think it's like an online lobby, and then it works kind of like Zoom. You raise your hand, and then the person goes and helps you out with the homework. So check that out too. Again, Shaq did ask people to limit the amount of people that would go in and start asking, the typical coronavirus like tests and all that stuff. They're asking people to keep that down. Use the Shaq, but use it wisely, right? They are a little backed up too. So just keep that in mind. One Stop is still operating. They still have questions, people coming in with questions regarding the no credit option. Again, they're still open for you guys to go and ask, but that's online or through internet or through phone. So that's one of them. And then the last one is Cafecitos con Rosa. I don't know if you guys remember, but Cafecitos con Rosa was every Wednesday in El Centro, and you sat down with Rosa, had a coffee, usually some pan dulce, and just talked about the week contemporary issues, personal issues. It's just a good place to de-stress, help you out, interact with people. And even more now, right? Definitely join through Zoom again, but have that interaction with people, with the different people that join the Cafecitos con Rosa. So those are a few resources that are available. Like I said, there is the official UNM list of resources, and we did send out a list of resources that are still open with their special COVID-19, hours of operation and requirements. So definitely check that out while you guys can.
Hey, and so I also want to make sure that you guys in your chat function, I put the link where you can check out all these resources for you. Okay, there's several of them, documents and communication that have been sent out. There's tons of stuff out there for you to get support. So look through that link. There's the so at your own time, if you need something, this is probably maybe the first place you want to look. All right, and if you don't, if you can't find what you're looking for, please let us know. Okay, so there's tons of UNM stuff, but there's also community stuff. Okay, if you guys don't know, like the IRS filing deadline has been extended. Just a bunch of other stuff here that you might, at some point need to reference. This is a good page to check out. And then the thing is, it's always been updated. So this list right here has been growing. So please look at it. Like as things come up, hey, what if they have it on here? Okay. I checked it out last week, and I checked it out again. Now there's more information. Okay. So don't be shy. All right. Let's go back to the what do you call it? To the presentation. Flowrider, do you have something to add?
I just wanted to just provide some more information on the Lobo Food Pantry. They're only going to be doing it on Mondays now, so it'll be every Monday from, I believe, 1 to 3:30. I guess it looks like the most active hours are 1 to 2:30, and they'll stay open longer if they see like the need for it. But so y'all should go early and get some food.
All right, so now moving on to the next slide. Paloma, you're gonna go over this?
Yeah, Okay, guys, so this is going to be the new participation for the rest of the semester. As you guys should be getting a copy of this, but that way we can go over it here if there's any questions. Study hours, we used to do the 3 study hours, but since we can't keep track of them, we're kind of just using the honor system, hoping that you guys keep up with their classes or studying. So that's going to be part of your participation. Peer leader meetings, they're going to be 5 sessions each week, even though we have them every other week. Since they're only going to be like max 30 minutes, we're going to do them every week with your peer leaders. So these should have started last week. Your peer leaders will inform us if you guys met or not. These will count towards your participation. The other thing is tutoring. So for this, we are hoping that you guys can be on CAPS every two weeks, hopefully studying like an hour or so on there. I know some people don't have like a class that is on CAPS, so you guys should use the online writing source, which is a really great way for you guys to submit essays, and then someone will review it and send you a copy back of your essay reviewed. It's really, really helpful. I've used it many times for a lot of my classes, so that's going to count towards your participation. The next set of progress reports is going to be April 15th, as well as April 30th. And you guys can download the PDF form and send it to your instructors, or you guys can screenshot Learn and send us your classes, the page where they show what has been graded. That way we know kind of where you are on those classes. And then we're going to do degree plans and resumes. These are still the same thing that we were requiring from when we were meeting in person. The degree plan, hopefully you guys can get started on it with your peer leaders. Deanna will talk about that a little bit further in the presentation. But resumes, if you haven't done so, please send your resume to Ivan. If you guys can put your last name, first name, and then put if it's a resume or degree plan, that way Ivan can kind of keep track of those, and it's a little bit easier on him. The next thing is mock interviews. I know some of you had, the majority of you had after spring break, but since all this happened, we are still going to have mock interviews, but hopefully through Zoom, you guys can contact Career Services. Over the phone, I believe there has been some students that have already done over the phone. So if you guys can just reschedule those and do your mock interviews, because they are going to be very important. The next slide.
Yeah, it's group sessions.
Yeah. Okay. So group sessions. Group sessions are still going to be happening through Zoom, and the 2 weeks are going to be April 13th through the 17th and April 27th through the 30th. So we will be sending you guys a way to sign up for those group sessions, but just keep a heads up. Those are going to still be happening. Advising, Ivan's going to be meeting, I believe, this week with mostly all of you guys. So make sure you guys attend advising with Ivan this week, and then May 4th through the 18th as well. They will be through Zoom, but just make sure you contact Ivan if you have any questions about that.
Yeah, so you guys should see that I sent out a link with an Excel sheet. If you haven't already put your name in one of the slots, please do so. All right. If those slots don't work for you, let me know. Okay. But I think a lot of you have already signed up, and so we'll do that. Usually, what we're trying to do is to tag team it. Me and Diana might be on there, or either one of us. But we'll go ahead and like we did a couple or 4 today, and so we did it through Zoom. And just so you know, just kind of like you did right now, is you log on to the Zoom meeting, and I'll put you in the waiting room, and that's a big feature, just in case, like, you know, we're talking to another student, and you happen to log in, you know, and they'll put you in the waiting room. And then what I've tried to do is, like, when you log into the waiting room, I say, hey, we're still meeting with somebody, give us 5 minutes. All right. So it should be pretty easy. Hopefully everybody can do it this week. That way, you know, you guys can can get it out of the way. If not, we'll go ahead and schedule some meetings the following week. All right.
Okay. The next thing is the workshop. We're only requiring one, which is that STEM one. We're trying to see if we can do it through Zoom, but we'll give you guys a little bit more information when we get that information. But we are hoping to still do the STEM workshop, so that's still gonna happen. The monthly meeting, which is this one, since you're all here, you guys will all get that point. The closing ceremony, although it isn't in person, we are hoping to do it through Zoom, so it's gonna be pretty similar like this, but that's also going to count towards your participation. And then, so for those who are under an 85 or are on the improvement plan, ways to make stuff up is doing online workshops, because SHAC and a lot of other like resources are providing workshops, so you guys can do them through there. The town modules, I believe, are provided also through SHAC. Those are really they're pretty short, but they provide a lot of information. So we highly recommend you to use those. And then if you do the workshops, if you guys can screenshot it and then send us a 250-word reflection to your peer leader, just letting us know like what the workshop consisted of, your experience, and kind of what you learned through it. But those are ways for you all to make up any points that you have missing.
And so just jumping in on that, Paloma, peer leaders should know, right? I mean, if you are in a doubt whether you are below the 85 participation or not, make sure you talk to your peer leader so that way you know and there's no confusion. Scholarships are being processed, I think, this week. And so it'd be really important that if you feel like you think or you're pretty sure that you're below participation, talk to your peer leader so that way you can figure out a way to make stuff happen. I know everybody's kind of adjusting, so it's not like we want you to complete it like today, but it would be important to talk about it with your peers in case you have a question on that.
Next thing, Jesus, this is you, right?
Yes, this is me. So again, another important issue that we need to think about is, right, our mental health at the moment. I know these changes are pretty big and they do impede in our way of having, our regular life that we're used to, but it's okay. We could adjust. Paloma did a great job by finding a great link of personal ways to take care of yourself mentally. And these are some of the bullet points noted, right? So first off, so should say separate. This should be separate what is within your control and what is not, right? So this is the number one thing. You can't really control everyone around you, everyone in the world, everyone stay inside because you can't, right? It's definitely out of your control. So find peace in mind by knowing that you could control what you do, by staying inside, washing your hands, all that good stuff, right? So definitely keep that in mind, that you could control more than you think you can, right? The other thing is do what helps you feel a sense of safety, right? So these are the things like wash your hands if it makes you feel good, stay indoors if it makes you feel good. Just do the things that you feel are good for your health, right? These are number one things. And definitely just because we're in isolation doesn't mean you can't go out and take a walk, by yourself or with your parents or with your siblings or someone. Go out, get fresh air, go outside, clean the yard, take a walk down the trail, do something cool, just so you have that daily dose of vitamin D and fresh air in you. The other thing is stay in the present, right? I know this is really hard. It's really hard asking all of us individually to do this, but it's really good for your sanity and peace of mind if you just try to stay in the present, right? Try not to think, how long is this going to go for? How long am I just going to have to be at home? When can I start going out? Those are good questions, but important right now is stay in the present. Like I said, it'll definitely help your peace of mind and you trying to feel safe and feel good, right? Mental health, again, stay present in the moment. The other thing is stay connected. Just because we're in isolation does not mean absolutely, right? There's still online contact with your friends, with your family members, with your advisors. All that is good stuff, right? Just because we're stuck at home doesn't mean you can't go out and FaceTime someone else, right? So definitely keep those connections alive. with your friends, with those loved ones. Just it's definitely good for our sanity to definitely start outreaching and talking with people that we don't see every day, you know? The other thing is keep yourself busy. I know it's kind of hard, especially at home. I know like me, for example, I have a lot of homework, but like it's hard to stay motivated, right? Because you aren't in school, you aren't at a desk, you aren't at a table interacting with other people. Try to keep yourself busy. Don't just sit in bed all day watching TV. You know, do a little bit of homework. Go outside. You know, help your mom with whatever. I feel like this is number one, especially with the whole fact of try to keep your room for sleep only. I don't know if any of you guys have started to experience it, but you start having sleepless nights. It's kind of hard to fall asleep. People say this is essentially because we spend a lot of our time in our room, right? We do our homework in our room. We watch TV in our room. We eat in our room. So in our brain, we can't correlate that our room is only for sleep. So that's a good thing to keep your boundaries right at your home. Do your homework in the kitchen. Do your homework in another room somewhere else, and just try to keep your room just strictly for sleeping, and it'll definitely help you guys sleep better at night. Yes, but other than that, do whatever makes you feel healthy in mind, right? And physical, mental. So, you know, this is all up to you guys. Everyone's different, and just try to do what helps you feel better.
Awesome. Those are great points, Jesus. Like, and you know, even before we move on, maybe could someone like out of everyone that is here participating say like what is something that has helped you cope with like being at home? Like Aldo, what is making you feel like a little bit more at ease?
Oh, pues para mí, I've been doing a lot of baking. So I've been trying new things.
Nice.
A ver,
A ver,
demonstrate.
¿quién más? Sí, I know. Next time we meet in person, maybe Aldo can bring a treat.
I agree.
Rosa, how about you?
I go out and run just to stay active.
Nice. I'm just picking only random. Nano, how about you? What is something that you've been doing?
I just help my dad around the house.
Nice. Casey?
I just go outside and sit and do my homework there and stuff.
Oh, that's nice. It's a nice change of setting. That's pretty cool. I encourage you all to maybe eventually, I think this is going to be a memorable time. Like, I'm not saying, in a bad way or in a positive way. I guess it's, both ways, but I hope that you do take some time to just reflect on your time at home. For some of you might be already going like, oh, this sucks. And wondering like when this is gonna end, but also to take the time to appreciate the fact that you do have a home and that you do have the ability to spend some time with maybe your families if you don't get to see them during the semester, and things that you might have found like annoying. This is kind of a personal growth type of time. So can I have by a show of hands, like on the reactions, like who feels like they are going like crazy by being at home? Thumbs up. Yeah, put some thumbs up if you feel like you are like, ugh. So a few of you, yeah.
We tried a Netflix party. It was a little bit,
yeah.
It was a little crazy, but it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Nice.
We also downloaded this app called House Party. So it's like a video chat, kind of like, FaceTime and stuff, but it comes with games. So
oh, that's cool.
It was a cool little hangout.
Maybe we'll have to try some of that. That's cool. Thanks for sharing. And thanks, all of you. Like, I think it's very normal, like, that we all feel like isolated. I think it'll teach us to appreciate, like, even the hecticness of the campus and the fact that you hate, like, that you all have to wake up early to go to class. I asked, like, early, who's wearing pajamas? Like, I'm wearing my UNM shirt, but I am wearing pajamas. It's kind of nice. Like, and I said, oh, let me put in. So a lot of the things I think we're going to miss to be able to do that. So let's just enjoy it as much as we can in this time. And with that being said, and thinking in the future about, yeah. Oh,
Trini wants to go over a slide real quick.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And this is in particular to our Valencia
Mhm.
students. And so, what do you call it? Trini, you want to go?
Oh yeah, thank you. Sorry guys, we somehow skipped this one on the last time we went around. So for you scholars at Valencia, the participation did change a little. So we did add one more meeting for advisement just so that we can check in with you right now, right before registration and right after the semester or is about to end. So we also added one peer leader meeting and one group session. We just want to, again, be able to have another way of getting in touch with you. Back in the day, in the past, we used to be able to go and meet inside the Learning Center. Since you guys are not doing tutoring through the Learning Center or studying times, this just be a good way for us to check in and see how you guys are doing. Progress reports as well. Just like everyone else has to submit a screenshot of Learn, or that's probably going to be the easiest way to get a thing. We're also, if you guys are not on Learn, we might be able to send out a form that your professors can fill out. But we're hoping that everyone's classes, for the most part, are on Learn, and you guys are just able to give us a screenshot. Submit a degree plan and a resume. You guys already already had to do that. And then again, we want to hopefully have you guys join our closing ceremony, which will probably not be in person, but we'll see what we come up with. And I think that was it for me, but yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Trini. So Valencia students, if you guys have any questions, let us know, raise your hand or put a question in the chat. All right, and so moving to registration, and Diana's gonna talk about this more.
Cool. So thanks. Yeah. So in thinking ahead and hoping that things are going to go back to a normal or like what we've known so far, registration starts next Monday. So now I want to clarify a few things. Like Monday opens up for summertime. And so anybody who is hoping to take classes through UNM during the summer, you will be able to register starting on Monday. And so I'm gonna just share my screen here. Let's see if you can see it. Okay. So this is just kind of the schedule as it goes. Like I said, Monday, April 13th, summer registration opens to all students. And then a lot of you, well, during the week, throughout the week, people are gonna register based on the amount of credit hours earned. So I wanna reemphasize this because I wanna remind you all to go into your Lobo web and registration and records menu to look at your personal appointment date. I know I always get questions about, oh, I'm already taking 15 credit hours, so this semester I should be able to have 60 hours, but because you haven't completed those 15 hours, you might still be on the Thursday date. So during advisement, I know we're gonna be asking all of you individually if you have already checked your registration date. So if you haven't done that, please go into your MyUNM and Lobo Web registration and records and check your personal registration date. All of registration is going to happen starting at 7 a.m. So again, it doesn't mean you have to register at 7 a.m. It just means that starting at that time, you have the ability to register for your classes. And so with that being said, oh, Ivan, can you reshare your screen? Or actually, I should be able to do two. I got it here. So everybody should be able to see the PowerPoint, hopefully. If you haven't also done that, I think a lot of you or most of you, for what I was checking, may not have an advisement hold, and that's okay. It's great because it won't prevent you from registration. But it's great practice either way to set up an appointment to talk to your advisor, to talk about the plans for next semester. And that's the other thing that I want to reemphasize. Like, so advisors are still hosting meetings virtually, and regardless of whether you having a hold or not, it's just good practice to talk to your academic advisor once a semester. So if you haven't done that, please make some time, put it on your to-do list to set up an appointment with your advisor, because that way, even if you don't have a hold, it'll be good for you to talk to your advisor in checking in and saying, is this a good plan? Can I is this a, classes, can I take them? Are they okay? Otherwise, I can give you recommendations. So as we meet this week, I know some of you already created a schedule, which is great. If you haven't created a schedule, please make sure that you use these days to do so. And hopefully by the time we meet with you during advisement, you already have it, and maybe just checking in. I know we can still make adjustments after you register, but I think it'd be great if you can set up a schedule that is good from the very beginning. So work on this with your peer leader if you need to. I think that's a good way to start if you need help. And then the other thing, of course, is check degrees.unm.edu in order to make sure that you have the right classes that you need for your degree plan. And then if you have doubts in terms of whether you may not have an advisement hold, but some of you may still have a bursar's hold, remember that you won't be able to register until you clear that up. So I know during this time of the semester, we usually wait for the camp scholarship to see where you're at with your financial aid and to see if you have any balance pending. So you should be able to see in your Lobo web whether you have a hold that is not advisement. And if it's a bursar's hold, you may not be able to register unless you pay or you bring your balance below $200. But I don't, as I mentioned last semester, it's like, don't freak out. It's nothing happens if you don't register right on April 16th when it's your date. It's just a matter of time. You will get to register hopefully once you clear that hold. And so when we meet with all of you individually, we'll talk about that, and I'll be able to see if you have a bursar's hold or not. But in the meantime, plan your schedule and pretend as you're gonna register, and then we'll go from there. All right, so registration, that's that. I mean, all of you, if you don't remember how to check your own personal registration date, you might want to play with it during Lobo Web. Otherwise, we'll review it when we meet in our advisement meeting. The most important thing is for you to know when you register and to have already a schedule that you may want to do, and check in with your advisor if possible before registration. If not, even later, it would be great to make sure that they know what is your plan and what classes you're going to take. And that way, there's no such a thing as, oh, well, why did you take that class? You were not supposed to take that class, because it happens. So it's important for you all to keep that in mind. Let's see. Oh, I don't know why I stopped sharing. But the other thing, the next big thing that we wanted to talk about is the degree plans. So a lot of you already started, I know this last semester with the degree plan. Some of you I know did it with your peer leader, or some of you did it on your own. So here in camp, like, one of our things is we want all of you to kind of finish up your first year already with a pathway, like, in mind. Like, that this is, you've done your first year, and then next thing you're gonna do this. Like, I kind of said for your third semester, but also maybe you started thinking about studying abroad, or you may have thought of some other things in terms of like a minor or a second major. And so it's important to kind of put in the pathway. And the reason why we ask for all of you to do a personalized degree plan is because your plan is not going to look the same as the one from my UNM. So I'm just pulling up a sample degree plan, right? Like the one for nursing. This is the pathway that is shown on the UNM website. So anybody who's majoring in nursing, say, oh, I'll follow this plan and I'll be done. yes, like this is the ideal, but we know that not everybody comes and takes these classes during the first semester. So what we are asking is for all of you to start doing a actual personalized plan. So I think if we haven't done so, we're gonna email this to you all again, or it can be another template. It doesn't have to be this one right here. It could be whatever you want, but it needs to show like your own degree plan. So the one that I'm sharing here, for example, is that nursing one. And it has like, it shows that this student took first like only the first 2 maths, and then English and a dance class and the camp class and basketball and psychology. So, and this allows you to see whether a class actually counted for something or not. So like, for example, math 1215 doesn't count for a degree per se. Like, it's not a degree requirement. So you have to kind of consider that in terms of like, well, I'm not at the math level that my degree requires, or even the basketball class. Like, yes, it's a good class. It counts for lottery credits, and it counts towards your graduation credits, but it doesn't really count for a degree. So this is where we want all of you to kind of review your own degree plan and to actually be able to see like how the roadmaps from UNM, they are a sample one. They're not like your specific degree. Like, this is not how your degree is going to look like. So we want you to create your personalized one. And this is not something that you have to finish by the end of the week. It's just something that we want all of you to finish by the end of our term with camp. So I think May 1st, I don't remember the actual date. I'll review it. So if, Paloma, can you make a note just to make sure that everybody has a template? Like I said, it doesn't have to be this template, but we need to email all the students at least this one, and I would like for all of you to review this. And if you have questions on whether there's a prerequisite that you still needed to fulfill or something, just play with this. I think it's a really good website, and it allows you to see, right, how the classes like play alongside. So you go with, you know, this is a prerequisite for all of these classes, and then you're able to see like what are the areas that it covers. So this degree pathways is a really good one. It's a really good tool, but you have to make it work for you. You have to see how it works for you. So that's on this. Does anybody have any questions like on the degree plan? You can raise your hand if you need to. No? Cool. Awesome. All right. So by the end of the term, everybody needs to walk away with a degree template. And let me go back to the presentation. Ivan, do you want to put your? Because I think I'm done with it. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Let me see. So I'm gonna, hey, I did a little poll. I'm gonna try it out with you all. So I'm gonna launch the poll and answer it. It's anonymous, okay? So can you guys see it? All right, we got 2 people. All right, cool. So just answer it. Can you guys see my screen? I haven't shared it, huh? Smart guy. All right. Whoa. Okay. Can you guys see it now? Whoa. All right. So student orgs, Jesus is gonna talk about that.
Yeah, so at the moment, I mean, I guess it kind of looks like we're kind of jumping the gun, especially since we're not even on campus at the moment. But really, again, this is just a time to start exploring your options for when we do go back to campus, right? Definitely start taking into account what you want to do with your UNM life. I mean, it doesn't always have to be just the same routine of just classes and going home, right? There's different actual clubs out there, organizations that you could potentially check out, join, to, I mean, not only further your resume, right, but improve on your soft skills that you could develop throughout your life, right? Your communication skills, your team management skills, your scheduling skills, all these things, you know, are benefits that you could receive from joining a org, right? You want to go to the next slide? Now, student orgs doesn't necessarily just mean, you know, Greek life, right? I know too many, that's the first thing that comes to mind. But really here at UNM, especially here at UNM, there's such a wide range of different student orgs that students could potentially check out and join, right? So they break down in various categories. The first category being academic and department based, right? So these are your medical field student orgs, your engineering, your mathematics, your technology, organizations and clubs, right? There's various different aspects of that, right? So there's a research-based student orgs. There's just like social mixer type of organizations. And again, this is all up to what you would like to get out of the org, right? There's also religious clubs out there that, you know, pretty much just boil down to study groups, you know, outreach groups. These are all great opportunities for those who want to join a religious organization here on campus. The other are ethnic and cultural groups, right? So pretty much essentially, you know, aside from doing different things here and there, they essentially promote the unity and excellence of like community-based ethnic groups, right? So you have your African American groups, you have your Native American groups, you have your Hispanic and Latino groups, Asian descent groups, you know, all these ethnic and cultural groups that again are just meant to create like a family-based groups here on campus. Those are definitely cool and something to definitely check out. The other ones are interest-based, and these are really cool actually. We actually have a bunch of these, but these range from different aspects of personal interest, right? One of the coolest ones that appealed to me were like rock climbing, mountain biking, and esports, which I mean, I have never done either three in my whole life, but they seem pretty cool, right? But there's like thousands, well, not thousands, but like hundreds of little clubs of different interests right here on UNM. And again, it's just a matter of checking them out and seeing what different options there are, something that could appeal to you and what you would like to do. The other one again is Greek life, and Greek life is, you know, Trini's against this. I don't know if his microphone is muted, but he's probably saying that you can't pay for your friends. But Greek life is something that you could definitely check out if you're interested, right? There's different councils on UNM, right? There's ethnic and cultural based councils and organizations that you could definitely check out. You know, there's different organizations, fraternities, and sororities that offer different things. And again, it's just outreach and checking them out, seeing what they could offer for you, right? We also have service-based student orgs. We have sports-based student orgs, right? We have club soccer, ultimate frisbee, aikido, which is like a karate competitive type of club sport. It's pretty neat. And again, like my favorite part about this is, if there's nothing on the list of UNM clubs that you would like to see or join, get chartered, make something your own, bring something to UNM, you know, further expand the student org base that we have here. And again, it's just a matter of going to a student activity center, you know, talking to them, be like, hey, I want to start something. I want to bring something on campus. What do I need to do, right? It usually is a relatively easy process. But again, it's just of trying and seeing what they could offer.
I was muted. Ha ha ha. The next thing we want to make sure that you guys are aware of is that, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but make sure that you check your emails. And this was emailed to the students. The grade change options for you all, the credit, no credit, as many of you have basically moved online back home. And so each and every one of you, your situation is different, right? So UNM gave you this option, whether to change your class from a graded class to a credit, no credit. And so this will not hurt you in any way. They want to make sure that they're giving you the best possibility to succeed. And this whole going online doesn't hurt you as you move on. It won't affect your GPA. Okay, so basically you can do this all the way till the end of the semester. Okay. One thing I would recommend that you don't do it without consulting your instructor first, your professor, because as this is an option that was given to you by UNM. Instructors, I don't know all instructors, but depending on the instructor, they may also give you different options, whether you do less work, you do different work. And so you kind of have to assess that, right? Is it feasible that you can do it successfully and get a good grade, or is it something that you can complete the work and just pass it, right? I think it's if you are thinking about going to credit, no credit for a class, I mean, I think let us know. I think we'd like to see and kind of guide you in this process. And most of all, it's important that you all talk to your instructors. They're the ones that, are going to have the ultimate, they can give you an A. But if that's a possibility, then you need to talk to them, okay? Whether you email them or you call them, okay? And so on this link, you guys, I'm going to share with you all. And so I'm going to give it to the group chat if you guys want to check it out. And so you guys can save it for future reference. It kind of breaks down the way that you're supposed to go through this process. How does the student go into credit, no credit? What are the benefits? Will it satisfy requirements? It goes into a pretty good detail. So this is something that if you are interested, please read it over. If you're confused or you're unsure, make sure you let us know, okay? And don't make this decision in haste, because if you're going to get an A, then why switch to credit, no credit, right? I think this is really important. Maybe for those that are having to struggle with internet connection, or maybe being back home, you have to work more, or what have you. It all depends. So please, look this over and see if this is going to be something that you will consider, and let us know how we can help you. All right. All right. All right. Cool. So summer courses. Were you going to talk about this, Diana?
Yeah, I can. I guess, overall, I think the only thing, and I know we will, if you have specific questions about summer courses, we can talk about those. I mean, right now, like we said, registration opens on Monday for UNM courses. So if you feel like you're going to be taking a class at UNM, please register. I mean, you have to be clear from holds, but you should be able to register. Last year, there was financial aid for summer courses. This semester, I haven't been fully, I haven't seen something specific to it. Might be a little early, but any financial aid that was awarded during summer, it was automatically offered once a student would register. So let's say you plan on taking like statistics during the summertime, you can register, and then once we see whether there will be financial aid, you will be seeing it on your award offer for summertime. We always say, UNM offers like most of the courses that you will need, but we know that they are more expensive, So if you feel like you want to get ahead, or you want to take a class, the community colleges are a great option. And I know that not all of you are in Albuquerque, but there are certain classes that could be taken online through a different community college. So for example, like here on the slide, we say the summer course registration for CNM is already open. And let's say that you are planning on taking your psychology class, you might be able to take it during the summertime online through CNM. And the main thing that we want to emphasize is that if you feel like you are going to be taking a summer class somewhere else, like whether it is at CNM or Santa Fe Community College or Eastern New Mexico University, you need to apply if you haven't taken classes at that institution, because you need to be a student there first to get a registration appointment date, just like at UNM. So if you feel like you have questions, please bring them up during your advisement time or during the time with your peer leader. The very first thing is to apply. So if you feel like you are going to be taking a class at CNM or at another institution other than UNM, please make sure you apply, or if you've taken classes there previously, then call the institution or see if you can log in with your old ENMUR ID to see if your account is still active. We always say that, summer courses are a great way to catch up if you need to catch up, or let's say that you do get a no credit for a class this semester. Remember that in order to maintain the New Mexico Lottery Scholarship, you need to maintain 15 credit hours. And so if you feel like you're gonna be below that, then you will need a summer course if you want to maintain your scholarship. And summer is a good time, so you're allowed to make up those credits or that GPA through summertime. So if you feel like you're there, make sure that you bring it up during advisement or during your period leader meeting, so that way people can assist you individually if you need help with that. But if you are not going to be taking summer courses, then you don't have to worry about it. If you have the slightest doubt, then I say just apply. It's better to have that taken care of, and then you decide if you want to take a class or not. So that's that on summer courses.
Also, I want to mention that we do have the ability to pay for summer classes. So if you are interested, let us know. Okay. I guess the first option we would see for you is to take an online summer class, being that you're back home. But I think in the past we have been able to pay for other courses, but I think that's something that we would need to explore. But if you guys want to take an online UNM class in the summer, we can make that happen. Okay. All right. So summer courses, and all right. So I think we've talked a lot so far. Do you all have any questions?
I do.
What's up, Jason?
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was working and listening back and forth, but I heard everything.
Cool.
So due to this, it's like a off topic, but like due to the virus going around, there's actually a case where I live in Isleta, so they actually closed off the village, and I don't know how long it's gonna be, because I'm actually not allowed to go back in. And at the moment, I'm trying to find a place to stay for the meantime. And it's just I'm trying to figure out basically just what to do for the moment. So like, I know like we have some stuff that we have to do for for here. It's just, I don't know how I'm able to, I just don't know yet if I'm able to meet that qualification for it.
So how about this, Jason? Maybe we can make a separate one-on-one meeting, and we can kind of go over those options.
Okay.
There's options out there that we can help you with and guide you through. So let's talk about that. When would you have time?
I'm available tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow what time?
Anytime. I'm off tomorrow.
Okay, so how about I'll shoot you a text after the meeting, and we'll set up a time to kind of talk.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right. Anybody else have any other questions or thoughts that they'd like to share? No. Okay. Well, did somebody already share their stuff about their quarantine habits? Like, what have you been doing?
Touched up on it.
Huh?
We kind of touched up on it, but I mean, there's still people who need to say.
Yeah.
Like, Brianna, what are you up to?
Man, I knew you guys were gonna call on me. Not cool. Honestly, I've been baking. I've been like making tortillas.
Nice.
I made bizcochitos.
Dang, all right.
And watching my TV shows, and that's it.
Cool. Who else can share? Who hasn't gone?
I've been watching Narcos a lot.
Oh yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I'm actually going to start up on Narcos Mexico. I guess that's the one that takes place with El Chapo after.
Oh dang. So is it,
But other than that, despite this, working, obviously, you guys saw me kick it in full gear a couple times. Work. I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare, really. Like, I have a PlayStation, so I just kind of take some time off, like, from, like, stress throughout the day. I'll just kind of log on right there and just, tear it up.
Nice.
Oh, and a lot of people have been, since I'm taking a digital imaging class, people have been actually reaching out to me because they've seen some of my Photoshop edits. So a lot of people have been like emailing me, and that's kind of like a side thing that I've been doing too. A lot of people has been asking me if they can edit some photos for them, just like make it look better, and then just kind of do basic edits. But it's like, it's pretty cool for the most part.
that does sound cool. Who else? Who else? Who else? Let's see. Let's pick on Brenda. Brenda, can you share anything with us?
I've kind of just been spending time with like my family, I guess. My little sister. When I come home, I don't really get to spend time with her, so we've just been like binge watching some shows when I like don't want to think about school. So,
Are
yeah.
you a senior in high school?
Huh?
You a senior in high school?
Who?
Your sister.
No, she's a 6th grader.
Oh, you're way off.
Yeah.
Well, tell her to make plans to be in UNM camp when she graduates from high school.
I've been telling her, but she wants to go out of state, so who knows? I know. Yeah.
You know what? As long as she doesn't go to NMSU, we're good with that. Go
That's
ASU! Woo! No.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Chastity?
Does someone have a show to recommend on Netflix? What are they binge watching?
Yeah, watch Scandal.
Scandal. Oh, Scandal's good. I've seen that show.
It's
It's a
good.
good-
That's all I've been
Scandal is
doing.
good.
I've been going to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning and sleeping until 12 and then doing my homework for about 2 hours and then repeat. That's it. Seen Scandal.
The one I just finished was Tiger King. Man, that was a crazy show.
Oh, I watched that
Yeah.
one. That was intense.
I'm still right in the middle of it. I'm in like episode 4. It's pretty intense. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It just keeps
Te cuento
going
qué
up.
pasa.
Yeah. It's about a king that has tigers for his kingdom. Dude, it's crazy. I didn't think it was gonna be that good. Or not, maybe not that good, but like that captivating.
Yeah. I think people should also check out, I don't know if anyone has already seen it, but it's called All American.
Oh,
That's one of the
I
best.
saw it, but I haven't seen
That's,
it.
that's a good show. I finished it and I'm don't want to ruin it.
If anyone wants to watch a show to laugh, watch Schitt's Creek. It's on Netflix. Pretty funny.
That's a really good show.
What about you, Nick? What have you been up to?
I was just watching Tiger King also.
You're watching what?
Tiger King?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's really it though, just that and working out.
Cool. Nice, nice. All right. Let's see who else is on here. Rosa, what have you been doing? Did we ask you?
I already went.
Sorry. Well, who hasn't gone? Who hasn't gone?
Monse, Theo. A ver, Monse, what are you up to? I mean, I know you're working, right? A lot.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of working, and then whenever I get a chance, just homework. And I recently bought a ukulele and practicing on my guitar. Just trying to stay happy.
A ukulele, that's cool. Nice. You should record a song and then share it with us.
Play us a song. Play us a song. Have you learned Over the Rainbow now? Or what's that song?
No, I've been working on Riptide and other songs, but I just started playing, so I'm not that great.
That's awesome.
Anybody else want to share? No. All right. Well, does any of the staff want to share anything else?
How about you? What have you been doing?
Oh yeah.
Me?
You haven't been working 9 to 5.
Dude, I haven't. I've been working like 8 to like 7.
Oh, dang.
He means 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, that makes sense.
He just got it backwards.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? Somebody said baking. I haven't been baking, but I've been doing a lot of cooking. Like my Instapot has been like going crazy, and so I've been making a lot of like soups and pozole and beans. Dude, Joaquin loves it that I'm home because like he's like, I want beans and rice, so I'll cook a big old pot of beans and rice, and then he just goes to town. So
pretty cool.
Well, just so you guys know, I challenged myself to a little thing that, like, you know, now that I'm gonna be home for a while. I'm gonna see how long my beard gets. So I'm growing out my beard, and if you can see, it's starting to get like really long. And what do you call it? I was on a call and somebody was telling me I look like what do you call it? What are those
Viking.
Huh?
A Viking.
No, I don't know about I look that cool, but like what are those guys in the buggies? Guys in the buggies, and they don't use electricity and stuff.
Hippie?
Amish.
Amish, yeah, Amish.
Oh, trying to look Amish. You
Yeah.
need to curl it now.
He's like,
Curls.
that's what they're known for.
So I'm cut my mustache and like let that grow out. You know, and then I'm not gonna cut my hair. Look at that.
Oh, dang.
But anyways, all right.
You might be able to grow a comb over now.
Yep. That's I was talking to Sam and Joaquin, Sam, my wife, and she said, yeah, if I get it long enough, we're gonna try to comb it over.
That's crazy.
Dee, what have you been doing?
Well, you know, just hanging out with my coworkers here. One constantly needs a snack. The other one talks really loud, but it's pretty fun.
Which is the
one of them's a really good cook, so she's been cooking a lot and baking. The other one just, you know, always constantly eats stuff and wants to go play. But, you know, it's been fun. Yeah, and it's been crazy. I've been definitely missing my quiet time. But no, it's been cool. Emma's like kind of going crazy too. I think she's fed up with us already. But yeah, you can see her roaming around every once in a while. But it's surviving so far. Pam's entrepreneur over here. She's been making face masks. So she's on, you know, over here, Miss making money over here. But yeah.
Anybody else want to share anything else? Oh, hey! It was Diego's birthday yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Happy
21.
birthday.
Happy birthday, guy.
21? Did you have your first
21.
beer already?
Yeah. I couldn't even go out clubbing.
You couldn't even get your ID even if you wanted to.
I know, I tried, but no. But, I mean, I have my passport, so I thought maybe I'll go get a beer, but
Well, now you can actually go buy some then.
Yeah.
You know, you're good.
Yeah.
Did you buy some?
No, I didn't. I thought it wouldn't be the most responsible to just go out and buy
Go
some
quarantine, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, after this is over, I'll for sure, I'll postpone it. I'll be
Don't go touching everything and you can go out.
Yeah, man. Put your bandana on and go get yourself a 6-pack of Coronas.
I think they stopped producing. I think
They shut down the distillery and everyone's panic buying beer in Mexico.
No, they
sell out, guys.
And Nuevo León, the El Oxxo, and all those stores were just They were selling out
Ow.
just because.
Ow,
Yeah,
ow,
yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. But yeah, I'll get some Corona and just drink, I guess.
Your first beer, how is that gonna feel?
My first time ever seeing alcohol, so I think I'm being responsible.
Watch out! I heard it makes you a little dizzy in the head. All right.
Well, as
Watch
long as
out.
you don't start drinking the hand sanitizer, you're good. So.
A bunch of water. That's what I've been drinking. I'm preparing because I'm hydrated.
That's good.
Well, again,
Alcohol cures germs,
for
you know.
joining us. Any last comments?
No, sir.
No? All right. Well,
Any other birthdays that we miss?
Huh?
Any birthdays that we missed in March or in April?
It was Aldo's birthday.
When?
Yeah, I see. He's all mad that we missed it.
What?
Happy birthday, Aldo.
Happy birthday, guy.
Birthday.
My birthday was in November.
I know. I was like, didn't we see birthday to Aldo in like November?
Happy belated birthday. Gosh, we really got that one
That's
wrong.
so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, happy birthday to anybody who had birthdays in January, well, February, I guess, March, now in April. But keep it up, peeps. I think it's gotta do the best that we can in this situation. Hopefully we'll see you all, you know, in the next semester once we go back to campus.
Hey, on the last note, and then let's go back to isolation. I did the little poll on, and it says about 70% of you haven't reached out to your advisor. So make sure you do that. Okay, get on it so you can register if you have any holds or if you have any questions. Okay. If you have any questions and you want to ask us, please give us an email, or you guys have my Google number. You guys can call or text me at that one. All right. But other than that, it was awesome hanging out with you all, especially for those that kind of shared their video. And then when you guys did some of you guys shared your awesome, beautiful faces. It was good to see all of you. We definitely miss being together with you in the office. So hopefully we can do something great in the fall. Maybe we can do our something. I don't know, but we'll think about it. All right. So with that, huh?
I just wanted to say congrats on your baby, Diana. None of us really never got to talk to you.
Thank you. I know. She's asleep right now, but I think I sent you all pictures. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, she's gonna be 3 months next week, so that's crazy. I can't even believe it. Yeah, but you know, my arms are pretty sore, and I mean, I was like, that's what I was looking forward to, take her to the office, so you know, some other people can carry her for a little bit. But you get to hear. But thank you. You know, it's been a learning for me, a new role, so it's definitely something new. So I'm really, she's a really great baby. So it's been nice. But hopefully you'll get to meet her before she's 15. Thank you, Peeves. It is nice seeing you.
Is she not allowed to go out till she's 15 or what?
Yeah, she won't.
No.
And then not until she's 21.
You're gonna homeschool her now?
Yeah. It just feels like forever. But it's good. But you know, enjoy your times, and we'll see you. I know we'll see you once we go back to campus. But it is nice to see your faces through here, though.
All right.
Take
Bye,
care, everyone.
everybody. I'll go with Jason. I'll text you in a little bit, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
See y'all.
You guys.